Oh, hello there. I know, it's been a while, but here I am again with a new video. And today I'll be talking about a cool plugin that we got on the CubeKrowd server, which you can use to edit armourstands to your desired pose in like no time. This armourstand plugin was made by TraksAG, so props on him for making this beautiful thing. And here we are. You see, there are a lot of possibilities. You can make little creatures, you can people pose in whatever manner you want, you can make them playing cards, and so on. So, to get into it and to show you how you can achieve this by yourself, I'll be heading to a little area. Alright, here we are. Of course, you need an armor stand that you just place down wherever you want to edit it, and you need a flint. And you see, once I hold that flint in my hand, that armor stand gets highlighted with a glowing effect, meaning that this would be the armor stand that you are currently editing. Now, in order to open the UI for the menu of armor stand options, you just use the flint and point into the air, and then you right click. This will open the armor stand customizer, and you got plenty of options here. And I'm gonna start with the basic setup that you probably often want to do, as the default vanilla armor stand isn't as nice. So first step is we disable the base plate. You see it's highlighted with that enchantment glint, and then you can close the UI and click on the armor stand with right click. This will remove the base plate. Next thing that we want to do is let it show the arms. So select the arms, close the UI, and then right click the armor stand. Another thing I highly recommend is disabling the gravity of the armor stand. So if you do that, you can break the block below the armor stand accidentally or for whatever reason, and it won't fall down. That's very practical in most cases. And you can use this pose as start. Well, it's not really a pose, but you can start from this as scratch by just shift and then right click the armor stand, and you will get the custom armor stand with the same pose, which you can place anywhere you want. And yeah, use that pose as start point. Now, if you want to see what the other options do, we got position. Position is what it says. You move the armor stand entirely to whatever position you want, and for that you can move it in the corresponding axis, like forward, backward, or sideways, to the left, to the right, or up and down. And you got the grab tool, which is very handy for quickly arranging the armor stand into some position. Just use the slime ball, and then it will follow your cursor in the same distance to you, and you can put it like anywhere. You can even put it inside blocks, but if you don't want that, you just press shift and it will stand on the next block surface, and then you can place it down. Of course, this will give me the pose again that we don't need right now. And yeah, that's it to the positioning. Next we got orientation. If you want it to look the other way, to face somewhere else, just use the orientation tool, and step spin makes it look somewhere stepwise. And you can also use the grab tool here, so it will face always in your direction. So that's it to the first options. Then we got visibility, very self-explanatory. You can decide if the armor stand should be visible or not. And if you put on some clothes or items, those won't vanish. They are still visible to the eye, but not the armor stand itself. Then we got the size tool. Let's say you want a child to pose in whatever position. You can do that with the small armor stand variant or the default size. Also, we got the equipment, which is very good if you want to apply items to a slot of the armor stand. In most cases, this would be the head. that aren't usually there. Like armor, it will still put on wherever you want, but you can also use that UI and put armor in it, and like a lightning rod in the offhand. You see, we got already a more player-like looking armor stand now. And yeah, that's it for the first parts. So we gotta start with the more tricky part for most people probably, and that is the left side panel. And here you decide which body part you want to edit manually. Let's say we use the head and we wanted to go backwards, make a armor stand looking upwards. Maybe that is too rough for you. You can, in that case, shift and right click with the flint anywhere, but not the armor stand, and it will say step size fine, step size coarse, and fine is very precise. Now we can make it like look that direction and maybe a little tilt to the other side. So I'm just gonna make a little pose here for demonstration purposes, turn the chest a bit, and like I want it to stand on one leg, should go backwards, and maybe raise that arm a bit to be like greeting like. And now we got already a little pose. Now often I do change the spin of the other leg because I found it to be more natural looking. But if you don't like that, you can also use the reset tool while you select a body part and click again, and it will go back, snap back to the original position. So we got our first armor stand here. Of course, you know, you can shift right click, then you get the pose of the armor stand. But if you don't want just the armor stand, but the entire player to be there, you can use the copy paste tool, and you just right click the armor stand. It says copy your armor stand, and then you can place down an armor stand somewhere, and with left click you apply what you just copied. So we got our copy of that other armor stand. That's that to that part. And yeah, that is basically what you can do with all this. And if you combine those very nicely, you can make so many things. It's unbelievable. A little thing that you should note is that if you have a custom armor stand, it often happens that if you say make it invisible or not, it will for some reason take your flint and hold it in the right hand. If you want to put an item there, I just recommend just putting a flint at first there, and then in the end just put the desired item in it. Like wait, I still have the copy. Of course you should not have that, and I can make it exchange that and say that's my final armor stand. One last thing, once you decided your armor stand is done, just use the lock feature and then apply it to the armor stand. It will say locked armor stand. Now you can't accidentally move it, break it, or change it, which is really good. You don't have to worry about this one. And that's it from the plugin. I'm hoping to see more people using this feature on the creative server on CubeKrowd, and see you on the next video. Goodbye.